Today I'm in Nottingham, a bustling modern city, but it has a secret underneath the surface. Beneath the city streets are hundreds of hidden caves, some with Christian history. Welcome to Songs of Praise. Coming up on today's programme, I explore the astonishing network of man-made caves underneath the streets of Nottingham and discover how a Christian king of Scotland left his mark.
We know that he spent some time carving the Passion of Christ into the wall of the cave using his fingernails.
JB Gill gets on his bike to make smoothies with a charity that feeds the firemen of Nottingham.
My biker!
And the Christian former paratrooper with a motorbike that has such an impact on others that it's called the Preacher.
It reflects my background, my faith and my hope.
The city of Nottingham has many claims to fame. It boasts the oldest professional football club in the world. It's the birthplace of iconic bicycles, and it's the legendary home of the world's most famous outlaw, Robin Hood. A little more on him later. Much of our music today comes from choirs and congregations from across the city, gathered here at Nottingham's Albert Hall. And we begin with a Charles Wesley classic. This shopping centre in the heart of Nottingham seems an unpromising starting point to explore the city's rich history. But archaeologist Scott Lomax wants to show me what hides beneath it. Wow, I did not expect to see this underneath the shopping centre.
It's really quite extensive, isn't it? And in fact, this is one of several hundred caves that are in the city. In fact, at the last count, there are 860 caves beneath Nottingham streets.
Gosh, why are they here?
Well, the sandstone, it's so soft and it's really easy to carve.
Now, this is an impressive cave. So this has been hiding under Nottingham for, what, hundreds and hundreds of years?
Hundreds of years, and in fact this particular part of the cave dates, we think, to the mid-13th century, so almost 800 years old.
And used for what?
This one, it was used for tanning, so production of leather goods. But caves in Nottingham have been used for so many different functions, from cellars, catacombs, and around the walls you can see the original pickaxe marks as fresh today as when they were first carved.
So people worked down here, there was an industry down here, people lived here. You're telling me next there was a chapel here, people worshipped?
There's no actual evidence for a chapel down here that we're aware of. However, we do know from documentary evidence that there were caves in Nottingham where people were carrying out private worship, secret worship. For example, when Catholicism was illegal, Catholics were carrying out mass beneath ground so that they could avoid prosecution.
And this is the perfect place for that, isn't it?
It's very secret. Nobody would be able to hear or even know what was happening down here.
How exciting is it for you to have this in Nottingham?
We're so lucky. No other city in Europe has got so many caves that date back so far with so many different functions. You can literally walk through the city's past.
And what does it feel like for you as an archaeologist?
It's really exciting, quite an honour really to be able to explore these caves, see them, make sure they're recorded and to protect them for future generations.
The caves even extend beneath Nottingham Castle. The original fortress was destroyed in 1649, but the caves beneath remain largely intact. The castle complex is undergoing a major redevelopment, but we've been granted special access. And this, again, is a dugout cave.
It is, yes. So it's certainly a medieval cave. It's known as King David's Dungeon. King David II of Scotland came down into Nottingham Castle in 1346 on his journey down from Durham to the Tower of London, where he was imprisoned. We know that he spent some time carving the Passion of Christ into the wall of the cave using his fingernails, no doubt to bring him closer to God during his time of imprisonment.
Have you found that Passion of Christ yet?
We haven't yet, we're still looking.
How would you feel if you found that Passion?
Very excited. It would confirm the legend, which was written about more than 500 years ago. It'd be fantastic to see it.
These caves are full of endless intrigue. There's also a mystery surrounding our next hymn. The tune has traditionally been attributed to Mozart, but for reasons unknown, it's called Nottingham. What we do know is that it fits perfectly with Francis Havergal's beautiful words.